coaching a climber who is on the wall and who's too scared to let go and come down. There are 3 steps that I want to think about when I'm addressing the situation. And the first step is actually mitigation. How can I decrease the chance this will happen to begin with? And that starts with our orientation. We instruct the climber about how to use the auto belay. We also include a demonstration. That could be you going up and demonstrating how it lowers and how it goes down slowly. That could be having them try it. When they try it, I want you to have them go just to the red line and practice letting go from there. It's a lot less scary of a fall to take, and it kind of builds up that ground. From there, you can typically get a good scope about how that climber is feeling. Sometimes they might be excited and they might just hop right on up there and be fine. Sometimes you can kind of tell that they are more on the nervous side and they might need a little bit more help. That is a situation where you can kind of give them smaller goals. Go up to the red line and come down. Go 1 hold past the red line and come down, and build that scaffolding up so that way they feel confident to let go when they are a little bit higher. Let's say that you've done all of that mitigation, you have thought about how you're going to help them not be in that situation, and somehow they are still on the wall and they are freaking out. Maybe they tried all that stuff and it was fine and they got higher up and they hit the panic button and they need help. Our first step is to try just coaching them from the ground. One thing to avoid is yelling at them. We want to make sure that we have our voice projected so they can hear it, but we don't want to be yelling. We want to have a nice, controlled, slow tone. Right now, they're on the wall and they're freaking out, and everything in them is going 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's really important to slow down their systems. So talking slow and in control will help them kind of regulate a little bit, even if they don't realize that's what's happening. I want to give them clear, simple instructions. I want to say, all right, this is how the auto belay works. It's going to lower you down really slowly until you hit the ground. I also like to give my climber the instruction of breathe in, and on the exhale, let go. With that instruction, they're not solely thinking about just letting go, which is kind of terrifying to think about, right? Instead, they have another step added in there. And that other step, the breathing, is something that is grounding for a climber. So breathe in, out, and let go on that exhale. All right, let's say that you've tried coaching them and it's clear that's not gonna work. They need some sort of extra level of care. We don't want to coach for too long because at that point they have been on the wall for a while, they're freaking out. We want to give that a try first. Our kind of last line to kind of help the situation out is actually to ascend to the climber. While you're on shift, you will always have a second staff member with you. You're going to instruct that second staff member and have them give you a manual belay up the wall so that way you can be right next to the climber. You want to get on their level, same thing as if you were maybe talking to a child on the ground. You would crouch down, get on their level. You're going to get on the climber's level wherever they are on the wall, and you're going to give them some tools to help them first regulate and then drop. I like to have them choose a focal point. So maybe that is the purple hole right behind me. I'm going to tell them, look right at the bolt. As you're looking at that bolt, I want you to do 5 deep breaths. As you're instructing them to do those deep breaths, I want you to breathe with them. Nice, slow, controlled breaths. I want them to hear those breaths. 5 of those. Once you've kind of gotten them to that point, what you're going to do is you are going to reassure them, say, all right, I'm right here with you, we'll do this together, and have them give 1 more breath in, and on that exhale, have them let go. The thing I like to try and avoid is giving a countdown. That, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, kind of puts like a timer in your brain. It puts extra stress, right? We're used to hearing that when we're about to do like a race, and it kind of amplifies our body systems. Our goal with instructing this climber is to reduce the anxiety. That's why I like the breathing one. It kind of sets that nice, slow, controlled, grounded effect, and then we let go. We still have a little bit of like a time to do it. There's structure to it, but it's not as, the last thing that we want to do is we want to follow up with our climber. Just because they're on the ground doesn't mean that they're okay. We want to say like, how was that experience? And kind of follow up, just like our debriefing skills we use at the challenge course. Follow up with them, see if there's anything you can do to help them. I would recommend offering them water is a good one. Walk to the water fountain with them. Just kind of use some of those tools that we use to regulate people to help them kind of get back to a zeroed space.